Councilman Schlachter, could you lead us in the pledge?
It would be an honor, Mayor.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Caramba. Here. Councilman DeWitt.
Here.
Councilman Slachta.
Here.
Mayor Simmons.
Here.
Councilman O'Flynn.
Here.
Councilman Gibson. Councilman Forbes.
Here.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mayor.
We're now going to open up with public comment. Members of the public that would like to speak, please come forward at this time. Hello.
My name is Nell Neal, and I live on Riverview Drive, and I am concerned about the garbage that's collected on the river behind several houses there, including mine, and when this will be addressed.
Thank you, ma'am. Make sure we have your name and address, ma'am, please. Other members of the... I understand. Yeah, I understand. Okay, seeing no public comment, we're going to move on to Section 4, Hurricane Irma and impacts on city priorities and legislative initiatives and direction to staff. Overview of the public hearing.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Sound okay?
Cell phone or
Shame, shame, shame.
It's charging. Everybody else charges them.
Well, we've had a rough start here, folks, but we're going to recover, I promise.
I think it's just I think it's a coincidence.
It's funny, though.
Hi, Ann.
Ann Wright, Finance Director. This meeting is the public hearing on the final millage rate and the final budget for the city of Bonita Springs for fiscal year 2017-2018. The statutes and the city charter require that this public hearing be preceded by notice of the hearing. Such notice was published in the news press on October 2nd, 2017. The proposed millage is .8173 mils per thousand of taxable value compared to the rollback rate of .7721 mils per thousand of taxable value. The proposed millage is a 5.85% increase from the rollback rate. The proposed millage of .8173 has been the adopted millage of the city since FY 2012-2013. This proposed millage is established to pay for the fiscal year 2017-2018 budgeted expenditures. And at this time, Mr. Mayor, we've already had public comment. If we'd like to move into agenda item 6, which is a review of the budget document changed since the last meeting.
Council, what's your pleasure? Okay. Thank you, Ann.
Thanks. The draft FY 2017-2018 budget document prepared for the originally scheduled September 7, 2017 tentative public hearing was amended by City Council action taken on September 26, 2017, the date of the rescheduled tentative budget hearing. That change was the addition of a $6 million budget for the current estimate of the city's Hurricane Irma costs. The primary component of this total cost is expected to be the cost of debris removal. The city fully expects to receive reimbursement from FEMA of a substantial portion of the costs that will be incurred by the city as a result of Hurricane Irma. However, the timing of when that reimbursement will be received is not yet known. At the time that the reimbursement is known and considered available under standards issued by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, using the modified accrual basis of accounting, which is our budgetary basis of accounting, city staff will bring forward to City Council a budget amendment to add a revenue budget for the FEMA grant. Until the FEMA grant revenue is received, the city's existing fund balance will be the source of cash flow funding for the Hurricane Irma expenditure payments. And we'd like to, at this time, move on to requested information that council requested during the last budget hearing, the tentative budget hearing. and that is Green Sheet 17-10-0371. During the tentative budget hearing that was held on September 26, 2017, a council request was made for information for discussion purposes relating to the addition of a public works staff position and a parks and recreation staff person. The attached summary is provided for council's consideration and discussion. It includes the direct costs associated with the identified positions and includes a vehicle for each position. The total of both of those positions as attached to the green sheet is $246,103.
Refresh my recollection of who had asked for the Parks and Rec additional person?
Councilmember Forbes had mentioned that we might want to look at a Parks and Rec position, given the amount of parks that are closed. I'm here to tell you that we're not recommending that position. We feel that the Public Works position is needed and appropriate, but we're not asking for the Parks and Rec position. Because most of the work that we do is going to be done by contract.
Okay, thank you.
Fred?
By the way, Councilmember Forbes didn't ask for the position. He just asked that we look at that position.
It was the
And the
Public
coun-
Works that he asked for.
Public Works.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
right.
okay, fine.
Yeah, well, that's the case. Thank you.
Fred?
No, that was it.
Okay.
Just wanted to correct the record.
Right.
Council? Okay, Ian.
Motion to approve?
Yeah.
Motion to approve the Public Works position?
Is that, have you talked to Director Feeney? Do we need that?
Yes,
Is it-
we've talked to both directors. Parks and Rec thinks no for the position, and Matt does feel comfortable with the position, that he needs the position. Because things are only going to get busier
Right.
between the priorities that we're looking at.
Okay. Motion
Right, motion.
and a second. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
For clarification, that's to fund the public works, but not to fund the
Right,
parks and recreation.
correct. Thank you.
Councilman DeWitt,
Aye.
Councilman
Aye.
Sakta, Mayor Simmons.
Aye.
Councilman O'Flynn,
Aye.
Councilman Forbes,
Aye.
Councilwoman Carumba.
Aye.
Okay, Ann.
Okay. At this time, Mayor, if there's any further discussion on the budget, but with that motion that amends the budget to include the $158,511 for the Public Works position.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I sent a note to Carl yesterday. I know he was going to look into it, but our congressman sent something around about the reimbursement, and on the face of it indicated that would be at 90% for a 30-day period, apparently from September 11th. And the implication of that was that after the 30-day period, it would perhaps drop to 75%. I don't know if that's right, but that was the implication of that. Any insight into that as it relates to debris pickup and what we're spending?
We're going to let Arlene handle that. She's
Okay.
been dealing with that.
Thanks, Mel.
So we had a preliminary meeting with our CRS coordinator, who's experience with working with FEMA through these past reimbursement projects, and typically it is a 75%, where 25 is local match. What I understand is previously under former storms, when it was Governor Jeb Bush, there was an allotment of the 90%, 10% for a period of time, which then switched over. So we have every reason to believe that's going to move forward, and that there would be an expiration on that, as well as specifically the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program is our long-term grant program.
Right.
So it was a possibility that there would be the lesser of the local match for a period of time, and then we move in, as project years move out, we might be in a different cost share amount.
Well, my question, thank you. But my question was, obviously there are big issues statewide, countywide, Collier County-wide, with respect to the subcontractors on the debris. It's, been in the news, and, we're not immune to that. I think Matt's doing a great job, you guys are doing a great job, but that's not the point. It's that, obviously, a lot of the pickup is going to be delayed past the 30 days. So do you think we're at jeopardy of getting just 25% past that, or would they extend it, or who knows?
Well, I certainly believe they should extend it. I mean,
Right.
given the sense of the market at this point
Right.
and the subcontractors and where they're going.
Right.
And the length of time it's taking to get debris just by itself
I would hope that there would be an extension, but right now, we are not hearing about that.
Okay. all
So,
right.
but we can certainly pursue that.
Okay. Fred?
Yep.
I was just gonna make a point that you've got you got a hotline to somebody that keeps asking what he can do for you. This is something he might be able to do for you. He could lean on the FEMA people at a higher level.
Well, do we want a council initiative to move in that direction, or do you just want me to do it?
Yes.
Well, same.
Well,
yeah.
let's clarify it. Let's make sure we know exactly what I am asking for.
Well,
on
I would make a motion that the mayor, as appropriate, talk to whomever as appropriate with respect to the notion of extending the 90% reimbursement from the federal government for a longer period of time, particularly because there is an issue with the availability of the debris pickup people. So by definition, we can't get it done in 30 days.
Correct, I agree with that.
And there's-
Under normal circumstances, what you'd be seeing a lot more trucks here because we would have been the only storm. However, given impact on Florida, given impact on Texas, that's all hurting us.
Fred?
I would propose a slight amendment to the
Gotta get a
deputy
second
mayor's
first.
motion, and that would be to, it's not only because we don't have the resources to pick it up, but the resources didn't even arrive to start cutting down stuff until about 2 weeks after the storm.
I'd amend my motion to say that.
Yeah.
Council?
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Further discussion, and we can wordsmith that, Carl, and.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilman Slakta.
Aye.
Mayor Simmons.
Aye.
Councilman O'Flynn.
Aye.
Councilman Forbes.
Aye.
Councilwoman Carumba.
Aye.
Councilman DeWitt.
Aye.
Great.
Ann?
If there's no further discussion, we can move to item 8, which is the resolution relating to the millage. And the attorney, with each one of these resolutions, will be reading them first prior to your vote.
And this is one of the requirements that you need to read the resolution in full as opposed to a title block. So bear with me as I read through it. Any changes necessary for this one? Okay. And this is a City of Bonita Springs, Florida, Resolution Number 17, and to be assigned, a resolution of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, adopting the final levying of ad valorem taxes for the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, for fiscal year 2017-2018, and providing an effective date. Whereas the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, on October 4th, 2017, adopted fiscal year 2017-2018 final millage rate following a public hearing as required by Florida Statute Section 200.065. And whereas the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statutes 200.065. And whereas the gross taxable value for operating revenue not exempt from taxation within the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, has been certified by the Lee County Property Appraiser to the City of Bonita Springs as $9,993,521,315. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, Section 1. The fiscal year 2017-2018 final ad valorem operating millage rate for tax calendar year 2017 is hereby adopted at .8173 mils. The final operating millage rate is a greater than the rollback rate of .7721 mils by 5.85%. Section 2, effective date. The resolution shall become effective retroactive to October 1, 2017, upon adoption by the city of, by the Bonita Springs City Council. At this time, I'm requesting a motion and a roll call.
Okay.
So moved.
Council? So moved.
Second?
Second. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Simmons.
Aye.
Councilman O'Flynn.
Aye.
Councilman Forbes.
Aye.
Councilwoman Carumba.
Aye.
Councilman DeWitt.
Aye.
Councilman
Aye.
Slakta.
Duly passed and enacted by the City Council of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, at a public hearing this 4th day of October 2017. I'm reading the second resolution at this time. And we're getting a revised resolution consistent with the vote that you had earlier in this budget hearing.
Thank you.
Of adding a Public Works employee. May I proceed? I may proceed.
Please. Yes.
City of Bonita Springs, Florida, resolution number 1757. Do we have a number on this one? Okay. A resolution of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, adopting the final budget for fiscal year 2017-2018, providing an effective date. Whereas the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statute Section 200.065, and whereas the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, set forth the appropriations and revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2017-2018, including expenditures as follows. From the general fund, appropriated expenditures of $18,728,471, appropriated reserves of $5,422,110, for a total general fund of $24,150,581. Of special revenue funds, gas tax appropriated expenditures of $941,796. Gas tax fund appropriated reserves of $2,722,314. Impact fee appropriated expenditures of no expenses or left blank. Impact fee funds appropriated reserves of $6,307,526. Grant fund appropriated expenditures of $80,000, and building fee fund appropriated expenditures of $2,205,180. Total special revenue funds equaling $12,256,816. Debt service funds appropriated expenditures of $3,633,695, and capital project funds appropriated expenditures of $6,870,756, for a total appropriated expenditure and reserves of $46,911,848. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, Section 1. The fiscal year 2017-2018 final budget is hereby adopted. Section 2, effective date. This resolution shall become effective retroactive to October 1, 2017, upon adoption by Bonita Springs City Council. At this time, if you can have a motion and a roll call vote.
So move.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman O'Flynn.
Aye.
Councilman Forbes.
Aye.
Councilwoman Carumba.
Aye.
Councilman DeWitt.
Aye.
Councilman Slackton.
Aye.
Mayor Simmons.
Aye.
Duly passed and enacted by the City Council of the City of Bonita Springs, Lee County, Florida, at a public hearing this 4th day of October, 2017.
Great. Thank you, Audrey. Moving right along, Ann, right?
The next item, Mr. Mayor, is item 10, public comment.
Okay. Public comment. Members of the public who would like to speak at this time, please come forward.
Well, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know the answer to the questions I'm going to ask. Question is, where's the $6 million, and where's it come from, and what gets shortchanged by taking the $6 million? We never get reimbursed by the federal government. They got a lot on their plate with all the different problems that they got going on in this country this year. So where's that $6 million come from, and what's going to be shortchanged? Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Other members of the public? Anybody else from the public? Okay, seeing none, it's 5:23. I'll take a motion to adjourn, and we will reconvene for City Council at 5:30.
So moved.
Okay? We are adjourned. See you at 5:30.